All right.
Here we go, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, here we are, one more time. The guys will tell you how it is. MMA, political topics and everything in between. Presenting to you, Kyle Forrester, and the red and white himself, Eli Cantu. What happens in this cage stays in this cage. As Eli said, here we go, here we go.
Thanks for welcoming us one more edition at this R-Rated Radio. Today we are broadcasting live out of downtown South Bend here at our new sponsor, South Bend Brewworks. Me and Kyle thought it'd be a great idea to kind of bring out a local brewer, for our Beer 30. So we have a section at our show at right at 7:30, and we call it Beer 30. So we're gonna kind of dedicate that moment to our sponsor here that has been generous enough to welcome us in the R-Rated Radio here to South Bend Brewworks. Just to cap off on that a little bit, it's a great opportunity for us to get in touch with the local businesses here in South Bend, and I'm excited for it. I'm very excited for us to have a new home here. So shout out to them. I will be talking a little bit more about their menu and the kind of culture that they have here in the restaurant. It's extraordinary.
This is a really, really good atmosphere. This is an amazing place.
Right. And I mean, this is the type of a place that I like to support. I'm all about organic foods. I'm all about, recycling things and making everything more green. I'm all about that. I've always supported that type of business. And here at South Bend Brew Works, that's exactly what they do. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But as of right now, Johnny, could you please bring us up to date? I mean, tell us about this weekend. Tell us about your weekend. How was everything like? I mean, for you and for the show. And I mean, I heard that you had your own show going on. I mean, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, what it was, guys, is I was down there. I had a show down in Coldwater, Michigan. Everybody knows that's Dan Severin's hometown, so it was extra special. He wasn't in town, but Michigan Battle League joined forces with Madman Promotions, and it was just off the charts. I mean, guys, I've been doing announcing for a long time, and these guys joined up, and it was just off the charts. They had, I think it was like, they only had like 2 fights that didn't happen for whatever reason. There was like 19 fights, and over half of them were for a title. Female fighters, Brianna Foley and Larkin Dash. It was just, I mean, I'll tell you what, guys, some of the best fighters that I've ever seen, some of the best fights were females. And Brianna Foley brought it. She came out just punching away, and Larkin Dash just weathered the storm and took him in, and she gave her own, and they were both bloody, and it was crazy. And ultimately, Larkin Dash retained her Madman 115-pound championship belt. It was the second round, I believe, is what it was, and it was just incredible. Nate Clark, he's a stud. And I know you have the results, Eli, but it was.
I got the results right here. I got the results right here. I could go over that. I mean, I wanted you to talk about your show, your specific show. I know that you were highlighted this weekend. Tell us about that.
Well, basically what it was is I got contacted about 2 weeks ago, and a gentleman by the name of Bill Kenny. He is a movie studio filmmaker, and he has his studio is called Zoss Films. And so he said, Johnny, I've seen what you do as far as all your benefits for different causes, your outlook on the veterans, everything else, and your announcement. I've seen actually, he did some research on me. I grew up pretty hard. I mean, I grew up very, very poor. he thought it was a good story, and he asked me if he would, if I would allow him to do a documentary on Johnny O. And I'll tell you what, guys, Kyle and Eli, it was very, very humbling. Everybody ceases; they never cease to amaze me. It's incredible. So they wanted to do a story on Johnny O. Basically, I shouldn't be here. Two things should have happened to me. I should be either dead or I should be locked up. That's just the way it is. I'm a realist. Well, yeah, I didn't. I didn't give up on my dreams of being an announcer, and here I am in Zox Films. They said, you know what, we want to do a documentary. So they came out, they interviewed the fighters, the promoters. They interviewed me. I sat inside the cage and did like a 45-minute interview with these guys. It was great. And it's the first MMA event they've ever been to, and they just were blown away. There were 3 of them that came out, and it's just awesome. So they dug deep. They got into everything in the MMA world, the fighters. They got their input about Johnny O, about the promotions, about the sport. And what happens is now they have to clip this to 10 minutes, and they're going to submit this video to ESPN. And
awesome.
So we'll see what happens. It'll be on my Facebook page once they get through clipping the reels and all the audio and the video and stuff, and it's going to be a good time. But regardless of anything happens as far as the contest-wise, because they're going to submit it to ESPN as a contest, whatever happens, I mean, I'm just so humbled to be even thought of as any film studio wanted to do a documentary on Johnny O. So it turned out pretty good, guys.
No, I mean, it makes perfect sense for somebody like you to be highlighted. You have definitely grown as a figure, you know, in the Michigan area. I'm sure that anywhere else that you go, you always carry yourself with this persona that deserves recognition. I'm actually the whole thing that I like to that I like about this whole thing is that this is a company that does professional work, not for MMA, and that's the thing. Now by them and being introduced to this sport, that is expanding our MMA market. Now more people are going to be watching or interested in MMA. You know, with every new professional that we have working around our MMA culture here, you know, is just getting bigger. Is definitely is definitely growing. You know, so when you do moves like this with people that have never participated in anything to do with MMA, that's definitely a plus. I mean, that's always moving the game forward.
Yep, I would have to agree with that, Eli, and it was my extreme pleasure. It was a great crowd, and it just the atmosphere was electric, and I'm glad it was their very first show they went to with an atmosphere like this, because they were just blown away. It was a great show. So,
well, I mean, I'm glad that they had their great event.
The atmosphere is always like that with Johnny O around, right?
The what?
I said the atmosphere is always like that with Johnny O around, right?
Exactly. Now, Robert Sutton was nice enough to send me the all the results from this weekend. So I'm gonna go ahead and go over them. Do you want to give us a call back at the end of the show, Johnny?
I certainly will, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Foster and Eli, can't you folks take it away? Here they go.
Thank you, Johnny O. Always thank you for that. All right, so we got Robert Sutton's card here. We got the results, so let's go right through them. Dylan Pollard over Daniel Walgemode. First round KO'd. Pollard won KO of the night trophy, so that is definitely something to recognize. I mean, somebody that wins fight of the night. So Taylor Annals over Shad Swihart, TKO, first round. Here, let me turn this over. I can't really see this. Can you read these off?
Where are we at?
We're on the second one there. Excuse me, gentlemen. I don't got my
Taylor
glasses.
Taylor Antlis versus Shad Swihart, TKO in the first round. Austin Martinez beat Brian Burke in the second, tap out due to strikes. Philip Rowland over Darren Duncan in the first round, submission by arm lock.
Let me interrupt you right there. We got a caller calling in. This is the R-Rated Radio. Who we got on the line?
Beat him up. What's going on? What's going on?
What's going on, beat 'em up? Congratulations on this. What was it? 8th belt, 8 or 9? Where we at now?
Yeah, that's number 8, sir. Thank you much.
Number 8, man. I mean, great job on that. Walk us through this fight. How was your experience over at WXC?
It was a long three round battle. I didn't go too far in, but the first round he took me down with him, but he was a top-notch wrestler, so yeah, I was expecting to go down also.
Right. I mean, you definitely trained for that.
Yeah, I try to prepare for all them battles, but he took me down. I finished the round on top. In the second round, I ended up taking him down to the ground, control him in side control, give him a bunch of punches to soften him up. And then third round came. I see that he was out of a lot of energy, so I was being patient. I seen him miss his kick. I seen my opportunity, and I charged him and got a nice little tackle off, which knocked him down, and I gave him some vicious ground and pound punches, which put him out.
That was a hell of a fight, man. I watched it on Facebook.
Yeah, like McGregor said, man, precision beats power, man, and you waited for the right timing. So timing is everything, man. Great job on that.
Definitely capitalized too, man. I mean, he gave his back, and you took the opportunity.
Yeah.
It's a good fight.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, tell us about WXC as a promotion. How do they treat you, man? I mean, shout them out real quick. How was the promotion altogether?
Man, I heard the promotion was pretty good, WXC, and they held up to every part of it. Once I got there, they had food, they had beverages, they had doctors. Everything was on point, and they really held up to their reputation. I enjoyed it. I plan on going back.
Awesome, man. I mean, that's what I've heard. Nothing but great things from Nombert and Mike Pendelelli. I can't ever say his name. But he's a great promoter, man. Great guys out of Michigan. Definitely putting in great quality shows. So salute and hats off to them. Do you have any other fights that brought your? I mean, I know you're back there as a fighter. As a fighter, you don't have time to watch other fights. But did you get a chance to view some of these other fights, or would you bring any of the highlights of the night?
I didn't get to see too many of the fights, but I did pay attention to David Caldwell's fight and also Marcus Spaulding's fight, which is going to be my next opponent. So them the two that I really paid attention to. Gotcha.
Well, I mean, thanks for coming on today, man, and sharing your experience about WXC. Definitely appreciate it. Always a champion like you is welcome in the R-Rated Radio, bro. So, is there anyone you want to shout out? Any of your sponsors or anybody?
Yes, I want to give a shout out to Detroit MMA TV, C Square Design. Also, I want to give a shout out to KHBK Radio, and also I want to give a shout out to my wife, Valerie Marie.
Most def, and man, I can't wait for that wedding, man. I keep teasing her about it whenever I get a chance about anything yellow. That's the insider right there. But I'm looking forward to your wedding, bro, and I'm proud for you, and I'm glad that you invited me to something like that, something so special, man. So yeah, man, most def. You guys are definitely a couple that I mean, you guys lead by example on that note, man. The support you guys have for each other and the support that she's showing you, man, is great, man. And it's like an example couple, man. So congrats on that, boss.
Yes, thank you, man. Y'all have a good night.
Yep.
You too. Thank you. All right, we'll get back to it.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right,
back to the
we
roster.
got Dean Sentek over Devin Shepard. It says here that Devin actually won the fight, but was DQ'd for throwing his mouthpiece into the crowd.
Oh yeah, that's never a good thing, y'all. I mean, think about all the
people get excited though. I mean, I've seen it done 100 times. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you DQ a guy for that?
I mean, I guess it depends. Man. I mean, there's definitely got to be addressed.
Oh,
somehow.
for sure. I guess that's referee's discretion, right?
Well, I mean,
they go over it in the fighter meeting every time.
Yeah, man.
If
I mean,
you
yeah.
throw your mouthpiece into the crowd, you will be DQ'd.
I mean,
But
yeah,
I've never
that's-
seen anybody actually get DQ'd for it.
I mean, you know what? I wouldn't stand up against it. That is very disgusting. And you're throwing a mouthpiece full of saliva,
Just
possibly
smacking
blood.
somebody in the face.
You know,
Yeah,
with,
that's not-
with our supporters, our fans are the people that keep this whole business, our whole culture moving. So definitely not the
Next time, maybe give your gloves out to somebody instead of your
yeah,
saliva.
Exactly.
Christopher Nix beat Scott Weinberg Sr.
Yeah, 'cause
to
Christopher,
take the Madman 145-pound title.
he's always a good fighter to watch, man. He's always very exciting. He's been around in the game for a long time, so I wouldn't surprise if he takes Fighter of the Week this week.
We got Todd Batt over Dennis Strain, first round tap to strikes. Kyle Schroeder over Isaiah Osborne, second round TKO. Brady Burnett over Josh Mitchell due to Mitchell being DQ'd. Devon Ellis over Jeff Sutton to retain his 135-pound title by first round submission.
Let's go, Relentless. Had to shout him out real quick. That's part of my squad right there. Good job. Good job,
Larkin
Devon.
Dash over Brianna Foley. Second round submission to retain her 115-pound women's title. Frank Thomas over Xavier Burden. Armbar to take the 55 Michigan Battle League title. Thomas Duncan over Ray Franklin by verbal submission.
Wow. What round was that? Does it say?
It doesn't even say, man. It just says by verbal submission, and then it's got in parentheses grudge match.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's everything. That's Steve Franklin, right?
Yeah.
That's a good friend of mine. I fought Steve before, but it's just, I think I may have been the only one that has fought Steve that was not a grudge match. Most
Right.
fights that Steve gets
He
into,
gets after
man.
it on Facebook, man. He's into it.
Yeah.
Let's see. We've got Nate Clark over Daniel Angermeyer to take the 145 Michigan Battle League by armbar. Haley Teague over Keegan Brown. Or Harley Teague, sorry, over Keegan Brown to retain his Michigan Battle League 205 belt by leg lock.
Wow.
You don't see too many amateurs winning by leg lock, man. That's awesome.
No, yeah, I mean, it definitely shows that they've been hitting the gym hard and learning new moves. So
That's what's up.
it's
Get
not-
it.
Yeah. So
That's the results.
okay, let's we'll go over who's going to be our Fighter of the Week nominees here in a second. Let me take this call in. This is the Already Radio. Who do we have on the line?
Hey, this is Esteban Rodriguez.
What's going on? What's going on, man? Happy to have you. I've always heard great things about you, especially with the things that you and Johnny O are doing, man. Congrats on that. Hats off. I wouldn't take my hat
Oh,
off
man, thank
on
you.
my hair. But yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
One day I kind of got a call from Johnny O, and he announced my first fight, actually. And I got a call from him later on, and asking me if I wanted to talk to some people about my history and stuff, because I kind of came up in a rough road, and we both kind of had rough childhood memory, and changed our lives around, coming up, and didn't give up to our lives, and, it put us where we're at now, and we just kind of went out there to those kids and tried to change their lives, and, let them know that they're not the only ones going through that, and, not to give up, and there's things at the end of the road, and stuff like that. We've talked to Wyoming public schools out here in the Wyoming area. Talked to some college students at Grand Rapids College, or the Grand Rapids Community College out here.
Okay.
And I mean, we're just going around, just trying to put the word out, man. Just giving back, letting people know that not giving, don't give up, because I mean, anything can happen if you really try.
And
don't give up, anything can happen.
This I don't have to tell you this. I know that even before you embark in doing this type of thing, I know that you know how great of a thing this is. I don't know if you may have been touched by somebody's words when you were younger, but believe me when I tell you, man, we are idols to a lot of these up and comers, and especially to the kids that are still in school. So us going over there and giving them any type of positive message, that goes into subconscious, man, and that sticks with them. I mean, I know mentors that I had. I know motivational speakers that I had when I was growing up in school, and I still remember their words. I still remember the lessons that they taught us. So believe me when I tell you, man, you're doing a great job. You're doing an absolutely great job, outstanding, and I'm glad to have you on here. Anything that you guys do, I mean, pertaining to this type of thing, I'm all for it, always for it. Here in South Bend, in my city,
man,
we've always.
I'm glad to be on here, man. I really appreciate it. Glad you guys had me on, man.
Oh, most def. But yeah, tell us a little bit about the video production that you guys did. Well, actually, what you did, from what my understanding is, if you got behind the camera and did some work yourself. Tell us about that.
I'm sorry, what was that? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Apologize. I said I heard that you picked up the camera and you were doing some work yourself, doing some recording. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I've done like a couple of interviews here and there.
Not interviews, but did you not get behind the camera and actually do some recording this weekend? Maybe.
If I recorded this weekend,
Yeah.
oh no, I mean I've had somebody interview me about Johnny O, man, and
Got you. That's what it was.
yeah,
must have heard wrong.
Yeah, he's a great guy, man. Honestly, there's got to be more people out there, like him. He takes so much time out of his day to get back to people, man. It's just like
Right, and that's
crazy.
That gives you something, man. A lot of people don't understand. It's a lot of people say it's better to give than to receive, and some people don't see the sense in that. But I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what. When you actually live a life that you kind of benefit your community in that fashion, you will know what we're talking about when we say that. Yesterday, I didn't even talk about this or nothing, but yesterday I had I dropped off my kids. Just on a personal note, I get my kids on the weekends, so Sunday nights is always a sad night for me because that's when I have to take them back. So as I'm taking them back, dropping them off, I'm driving back home, and there's this homeless guy, and it's freezing out here in Indiana, in Michigan, I know it is too.
Yeah.
So it's cold out there, and this guy was just walking, so I figured I'd give him a ride. I picked him up, gave him a ride. Poor guy, he needed a ride to the homeless shelter, so I got him a burger on the way home, dropped him off, and after I dropped him off, I heard a story, and I was glad to help somebody like that, just random, and I'll tell you what, when I went home, or when I continued my ride home, that sad feeling I had from having to take my kids back, man, that went away because of the good deed that I did, so. That is rewarding more than people understand. So, I'm just saying, congrats to you guys for all the success that you had as an athlete, and big ups to everything you're doing for the community, boss.
Yeah, I really appreciate that.
Yeah, most definitely. What do you got coming up? What fights do you have online? Do you have anything set up right now?
Yeah, actually, I have right now my record is 8-1. Right now, all TKOs besides my last loss. I dislocated my shoulder in my last fight, and one of my previous fights as well. But if you look up Esteban Rodriguez versus, all of my fights will pop up on YouTube.
All right. Okay, bro. Well then.
And I have a Facebook page too, man. Esteban Rodriguez Mohawk.
All right. Well, I encourage everybody that's listening out there to go and like that page. At this time, would you like to give a shout out to any of your sponsors or anybody that you want to just give a shout out to that you know?
Yeah, man. I want to say thank you. The Madman and the British Michigan Battle Leagues for having me out there at their show in Coldwater this weekend, man, and Johnny O for inviting me out there, man, having me out. Thank you so much for that experience, The surgeries had me out of the game for a little bit, and they keep a little bit of peace for me in there still, and, I really appreciate everything that you guys have done, and shout out to all my fans, that wouldn't be where I'm at right now for them, they give me the strength that got me through in the ring, man, and, Johnny O, he's been there as well, from the beginning. It's my first fight, which is a 4-second fight, man. And And from there, it just took off, man. And thank you, everybody, for supporting me. And, thank you for having me on here. And thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak on your radio.
Thank you for doing things worth commending, bro. Not everybody does what you're doing. So thank you for giving me something to talk about today. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we need more people like you on in this sport. So definitely, it's a pleasure having you on the show today, bro.
Thank you, man. I mean, everybody out there, man, never give up. I mean, I've had a rough road, man. I've hit rock bottom, and honestly, I just didn't give up. And within like a 9 months, just working really, really hard, man, I got where I'm at right now. And I have to say, it's the greatest feeling, man, but not giving up and getting that reward afterwards. Great feeling.
Exactly.
Words can't even begin to explain.
Exactly. All right, boss. Well, thanks for coming on today, and thanks for sharing that with us. You're always welcome at the R-Rated Radio, so tell your friends, tell your family to log in. They could. This episode here is live now, but it would also be archived, so they could always, whenever they have time, they can sit back and view the video. Also, man, I would appreciate if you tell anybody out there that may be following you to for them to subscribe to our art channel here on YouTube.
Oh, of course. I'd love to, man. I'd love to. Thank you. I really appreciate everything, and I'll definitely do that.
Okay, boss. Well, thanks for calling in tonight.
All right, thank you, man. Thanks for having me on.
All right, Mr. Bond.
Stay not fight easy, fighters. Stay not fight easy.
All right, boss.
Thank you.
All right, we got another caller at 7:45.
Okay.
Let's take a minute and talk about South Bend Brew Works.
Yeah, let's take a minute because I'm actually kind of late, bro. We're supposed to have beer 30, man.
He brought
9 minutes ago.
He brought it here, man.
He brought the beer, but I didn't want to interrupt Esteban. But at this time, ladies and gentlemen, we will be introducing Beer 30, and our sponsor is South Bend Brew Works. This is Zombie Dust.
No. It's he said it has a similar taste to.
I thought it was Zombie Dust.
No.
I want to go out and reach and ask him. Let me tell you. Let me taste.
I believe that is. I believe that's Mike's IPA. Was the name of it?
We're gonna call it Eli's IPA because I'm drinking it and I'm loving it. Great beer. Just to let you guys know a little bit about me in my 20s. I always drank Budweiser. That was my beer of choice. But as I kind of got a little bit older in my late 20s, I started drinking nothing but IPAs. So at this time, I mean that's really all I drink nowadays, man. It's some good IPAs. I know you enjoy them. What are your favorites? Would you say?
I don't know, man. I've got depends on what kind of day it is, what mood I'm in.
Yeah.
I know when we were here the other night, I had the double V, and it's a vanilla porter, and it is amazing. It was really good.
Right.
It's got a really, really, really good taste. It's better than probably any porter I've ever had out of a bottle.
I tasted it.
Yeah. We shared that one.
Yeah, we shared a
Passed it
little.
around, tried it, dude.
We shared a little bit too much beer that night, I think.
Yeah, we had a lot.
Yeah, I don't really remember what happened, man. You left me all alone.
Oh, the cool thing about that double V is that it's made with Bendix coffee.
So everything's local.
So yeah, it's local. Yeah, man, I left you shooting hoops down at CJ's, but
yeah, my girlfriend walks in and she's like, "Who are the two guys you were shooting hoops with?" I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" Yeah, you were shooting hoops with this ginger guy, and I'm like, "Really?" Because either you or your buddy were redhead, so I was like,
right.
"What the hell?"
No, man, we were shooting hoops, and then I left to go home, and I was like, "Eli, you need a ride?" And you're like, "No, man, I'm fine.
Yeah,
just gonna stay here and hang out."
Never believe me when I say that, just in the future. But I mean, good. I mean, I had a ride coming up. Everything worked out, but good times, man. Definitely good times. Drinking good beer.
Right. All at downtown South Bend right now. I really thought the First Friday was pretty cool. They don't have that.
Let me interrupt you for a second. Could you tell us what flavor this was?
The Stargazer, it is a Citra hop. Stargazer is a Citra hop IPA. It's very similar to Zombie Dust in flavor and body.
Okay. Yeah. Would you mind taking any time to tell us a little bit about the restaurant or anything that you want to highlight?
Give me a second, actually.
Cool.
Because I got to run some stuff, but I'm going to grab the owner. He'll be able to tell you a lot more than I can.
Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I'm just wanting to bring a little, shine to them, man. I mean, I
Absolutely.
really appreciate
This
them
is
as
a-
our first sponsor. So
This is a really, really cool place too, man. Like I said, when we were kind of wandering around downtown Friday,
Right.
and kind of checking stuff out, and we came in here, and I'm really, really impressed with the setup. I really like it here.
right.
They've got a lot of amazing artwork on the walls and stuff like that, and they do a lot of stuff for local charities.
Exactly.
This is a really cool place, and it's kind of cool. Hopefully, Andrew comes over here. And
Yeah. I want to bring you guys. This is the R-Rated Radio, but like I said, South Bend Brewworks has just joined our sponsor
come over here
team,
so you get on camera.
and I have the bartender right now. So he's gonna tell us a little bit about the restaurant and just kind of the way they do things here.
Right on.
First of all, do you want to introduce yourself? For the
Yeah, hey, my name is Tim. I'm the bartender here at South Bend Brewworks on duty tonight. All right, it's a little noisy tonight.
You hear
A
it?
little busy tonight. So
Yeah.
A little rush. Yeah.
It's different from without. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little slow last week after the New Year, so
Right.
I'm welcoming it.
Well, I mean, hey, this is great to be here, man. Great to be here. Like me and Kyle was just talking about. This is a type of thing that we like to support. We're all about keeping local businesses alive. So I was going through the menu here and just noticed that almost everything here is recycled or reused.
Absolutely. Everything here as far as the furnishings, the light fixtures. So like we got the old Beacon Bowl is the tables and the bar, the bar top.
Right.
So that's the lane from the old Beacon Bowl. This old St. Joe High School, we got our chairs from there. We got our flight tables are from like the desktops from the old St. Joe High School. We have local artists put up on the wall, and people can buy the art, and like half the money goes to the artist, and the other half goes to the charity, the artist's choice. So like all of our grains, we get our breads from the Brett Smith down here downtown. We get stuff from like the farmers market, the Purple Port. So all our food and ingredients come from local sources too. So everything's like right here in town. It's like South Bend history, South Bend businesses helping
That's
each other
awesome.
out. Yeah.
That's just awesome, man.
Tell us about the tops. What's going on with those?
The top. So yeah, we got our Beer for Good program. So basically, everything anybody drinks in here, they get a bottle top. So like the orange ones are 50 cents for like the pints. If you get like a smaller amount or like a different beverage, you basically take your pop top. Thank you. You basically take your pop top and you get to pick which one of our 3 community partners you donate to. So the more you drink, the more you actually do for the community, which is a good business model because
Yeah.
some people drink too much anyway. So why not give back a little?
Exactly.
So we
And-
have La Casa de Amistad on there. They do a lot of youth work. They got like a day program for after school for kids and stuff. And they have like a food pantry, I think, too. Then there's the music village. They keep like the art scene alive. They do music lessons and stuff. And then the neighborhood resources program. They work together, like they do a lot of stuff with youth, like teaching people how to take care of the neighborhoods. I know they do like home ownership assistance and stuff, I've heard. So
Right.
a lot of good stuff going on that we get to help out with.
Man, and you know what? That when I first looked at the establishment, I liked it. I'm glad to be a part of downtown South Bend, DTSB. I mean, I'm glad to be in this circle.
Yeah.
But furthermore, man, as I went through, that's exactly why I kind of my interest grew for this place, because in our radio show we have a section where we highlight local talent, artist, and we highlight any artist, whether they're mixed martial artist or they're a painter, they're a singer, a dancer. And I noticed that you guys do a lot for the arts. I mean, like you said, you have all local artists. That is awesome, bro. I actually in my show coming up, I have a few artists that I'm going to feature, and they're all local. So I'm pretty sure that we're gonna do some great work here, man, because you guys already have artists coming through the place, right?
Yeah. They
Well, I
come
mean,
through.
at least their work is up here on the walls.
Yeah, like we got the people with the painters on the walls, like local people do like the beer club mugs, like the first 50. or
Awesome.
60
Talk about
yeah.
that for a second, bro. Because
Yeah.
I actually am a big fan of Pigeon and Hen up there.
Yeah.
Me and my kids go there all the time. I've done Hulk skulls. I've done my princess. I got a sugar skull. All kinds of things,
That's
man.
cool, yeah.
But yeah, tell us about the mug.
So we have a founders mug club for the basically the first people who did the crowdfunding to open this place, and they actually updated that because some of them didn't renew, so some people got to upgrade. So the founders mug club is just that the original people who like really help like with this place and give back more to the community get to be a part of that mug club. So all of those mugs are crafted at the Pigeon and Hen right there.
Right across the street.
Yeah. So people came in, like they did a class, they could come in and craft their own, like add their own decorations to it. And if they didn't want to do that, they were crafted anyway. They're just a little more basic in that. But yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then they get to hang them up there, and then is it a discount they get when they come,
Well,
or
basically
what does that work? How does it work?
Mug clubs typically, like any brewery, is essentially you buy in the mug club for the fee, annual fee, and then like every year after you
Gotcha.
buy in, you re-up for like $15 or something every year. So the mug is like you buy the beer for the same price, but you get an extra 4 ounces per pour. So again, if you're like you drink 100 pints a year or whatever, you end up saving money.
Right,
So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially when you consider a awesome place like this a home, and then you always make it your stop. I mean, it's definitely gonna save you in the pocket. So, and I mean, in a year long.
I like how you went with 100 pints a year instead of a month.
Right. Yeah, I mean, well, it's a yearly membership. Yeah, you re-up every year, so it's not a monthly membership because that'd be kind of tedious. But yeah, I mean, like that's a very round number. Most people drink a lot more than 100 pints in a year, I think.
Yeah. I mean, real beer drinkers do. I mean, it's an everything thing. I mean, I like to drink IPAs. Right now, I'm actually in my fight camp. I got a fight coming up. But I just make sure. Yeah, I make sure
Break
that
a leg? Is that what you guys say?
Huh?
You guys
Break
say
a
break
leg?
in
Yeah.
MMA?
Yeah,
Someone
some-
else's?
yeah, somebody else's.
Break somebody else.
Well, I got to break my legs running extra to work
Work
these
off the
calories.
beer, yeah.
But you know what? It's definitely worth it. This is great IPA, and it tastes great. And I mean,
What's your favorite beer on the list?
The favorite beer I've had so far on the list is I love the Stargazer for the IPA. We have a Juniper we just tapped. I actually kind of like it too. It's growing on me. It's like coming up on that one. But we did which one was the dark beer I really liked? I think it was the Parisian Breakfast Stout.
I think that we had that, or did
Yeah.
I have that? I had Mr. Elegante yesterday.
Mr. Elegante, that's the smoked porter. So that's like a typical smoked porter is somewhere up to 30% smoked malts. This one's
Wow.
like around 70 to 80%. So it's super smoky. And the guy actually, I think he ferments it with bacon or does it in the brewing process. There's
Yeah,
bacon involved.
we tasted food.
So yeah, it's like you if you had a mug club of that every week, you probably have to go to the doctor at some point. It's very hearty,
Right.
rich, smoky beer, but it's phenomenal. Like it's definitely fun to drink.
Yeah. It's definitely tasteful, man. And I mean that's what we want to bring out. I mean, with just a different taste. South Bend and the city as a whole needs something new like this.
The double V, yeah, that's the coffee double vanilla porter. Yeah, it's like really strong vanilla up front, then you get the coffee and the little finish. It's a good one too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they very innovative recipes, like beers I never would have thought of. Like,
Right.
oh man, I can't remember. They did like an orange peel aged oatmeal stout with some.
Shout out all the beer, the flavors you got right now, if you can remember them,
Oh
man.
man, so like the ones that aren't here now, like these are some of the ones like that have been noted. Like we got a barley wine aging in a barrel that's got another 5 months, so that one's gonna be really smooth and really good. Barley wines are pretty good stuff. Yeah, what else? The Elegante. There's a Senior Elegante. I'm not sure. I wasn't here for that one, but it's like I think they put peppers in it or something. And Mr. Elegante. So yeah, there's oh boy.
I'm putting you in the spot. Can you
Yeah.
read those from over there?
Oh yeah, we got the 9 Rye on tap now.
Oh, here was the
Cascade
menu.
Wig. The menu, yeah.
You gotta have them in there here.
So we got
'Cause I want to let everybody know the different kinds. So I mean,
Right.
at least they kind of have an idea of what to ask for when they come in.
So if you're coming in, our staples are the Mr. Elegante, the smoked porter. We always have that on tap. The cascading wheat, which is made with cascading hops of wheat beer. Very good. That's like as simple as like they call it a gateway beer because it's the simplest light beer.
Okay.
It's not too intense on either flavor spectrum, so it's a way to get started. The Colonel Eddie's are oatmeal stout. Colonel Eddie's actually like the first prominent person from South Bend. He was a colonel, I think a reverend and a doctor, a very well-to-do person. The first one from South Bend to have that much status, so it's named after him.
Gotcha.
The 9i, that's actually named, that's a black IPA, but it's very citrusy. It's not as hoppy as people expect most black IPAs to be, so you get a lot more flavor balance out of that. And that's actually named after the 9 I's it took for them to confirm voting for this place to be allowed to open. So that's what the 9i means. And then the 1865 Amber, we don't have that one on tap today. That one should be on tap in the next couple of days. That's one of our staples, and it's 1865 is the founding year of South Bend. So that's all more South Bend history that comes into play. We did a lot
Awesome.
for the 150 that, those were good. So the Stargazer, the cider comes from Vandermill. That's the one thing we don't brew in-house. But
Okay.
that's a good one. People like ciders. And then the Saison, double vanilla we talked about, yep. The
Gotcha.
9 Rye's on tap.
Got you. And we won't get into it to this episode, but on next episode, I want to go over their menu because me and
That's
my
good
girlfriend were going over that, man, and the ingredients and stuff you guys, I wouldn't be surprised about, the quality ingredients, organic ingredients that you guys use.
There's quite a bit of organic stuff on the menu.
Exactly.
Which is impressive. Hard to find in restaurants these days.
And that needs to be brought to the light, because a lot of restaurants, they don't go the extra mile to get the organic stuff, get the good stuff for their customers. So I think that's definitely something that needs to be brought to the light. So on next issue, maybe we could prepare something.
Yeah, I can help you eat it, no problem.
Yeah, but we'll prepare material or a meal. That'd be even great for me to eat.
Just
or for
watch
us to
me eat it. I'll tell you all about it.
There you go. As long as you guys get to see it. But thanks for having us here, man.
Thanks for having me on, man.
All right,
you
boss.
Have a good show.
So we're gonna move on to the winners of the week. Winners of the week for last week. So last week we had our first fighter of the week polls go up, and we had Aurelia Cisneros here. Let me log into it now. We had a lot of great competition, last week, and we had to narrow it down from all the great fights that we had, and they all came down to. Let me see if I can pull them up now. Here we go. So we got Female Fighter of the Week, Brooke Martin. She took it with 70 votes over Aurelia Cisneros, Aurelia the Beast Cisneros with 52 votes. So these girls were going neck and neck, man, all week long. They had both on both sides they had a lot of support, people calling in and supporting them on this. So shouts out to everybody that voted for them and participated in the voting poll. Brooke came out on top. Brooke Martin, so congratulations, you are this year's first winner of the week. As if this time, I have to admit, because I had to bring this up at one time, a lot of people are asking, well, what do we get for Fight of the Week? What's the perks? What are we doing it for? At this time, I'm just gonna tell you just straight, I don't have anything ready for you guys yet, and I'm ashamed to say that, but I'm just gonna be candid about it, because I will, and I plan to have a sponsor just for the Fighter of the Week. At this time, I don't yet, but I'm giving you my promise. Everybody from Michigan, everybody from Indiana that's listening, we will get a sponsor for the Fighter of the Week from here on out. When we do get that, every Fighter of the Week that was not compensated, whether it was through gear or through anything we figure out, I will make up for that. I will personally make up for that. So I'm just letting you guys know, just so you guys don't think I'm just doing this for no reason. Fighter of the Weeks deserve a prize. They definitely deserve a prize. As well as the winners of the year, especially. But I'd like to thank everybody that has followed the Winner's Fist show and has bared with us. We all start somewhere, and we have started online the past 2 years, and we've progressed. We've got better. We've got bigger. So I'm just looking forward to getting new sponsors for the Fighters of the Week. But like I said, thanks for bearing with us on that. We have a caller calling in. We're gonna take this call. Who do we have on the line? This is the R-Rated Radio.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing? It's Bill Kenny, Exhaust Pumps.
How you doing, boss? I heard you have a great thing going with your company.
Yeah. No, we're doing fantastic. Yeah, man, I tell you what, I just want to give a shout out real quick, if we could, to
of course,
Michigan Battle League and Madman Promotions. They have put on a hell of a show over the weekend at the Opera House here in Coldwater, and I tell you what a class act, man. We, my partners and I, we haven't been to many of those things. Myself, Bill Kenny, Jim Lehman, and Bill Gillino, and I tell you what, it was a lot more we expected. It was a great show.
Awesome. That is great to hear, especially from somebody that's never been to a mixed martial arts event before. To have that type of feedback, that's outstanding. That's exactly what we want for this sport. Like I was telling Johnny O earlier in the show, this type of thing is what we strive for, to have people that have never worked our shows to be part of them. That just helps the sport grow, the leagues that they work for grow, and everything else. So thanks for taking interest and doing something like this, especially for Johnny O. Johnny O is not only a good friend of mine, but he's a great example to the state of Michigan. In all accounts, he's a stand-up guy in all accounts. So salute to him and salute to your promotion for recognizing him. Now, if you want to give us any background on how you guys got started, any info about your company, I'll be glad to hear it, boss. Let everybody know.
Yeah, by all means. I'll get it started, with the Johnny O project. I've known Johnny O. I've worked, construction, worked along with him, co-superintendents of big projects before, before we got involved with this. And so I know Johnny O on a personal level. Didn't know him, that much in the whole ring announcing realm, if you will. So, anyways, cut it short. We got a buddy of mine, one of the other members here, Bill Gilno, got a link from a buddy of his about a competition of ESPN about doing a documentary, 10 minutes or less documentary, any topic, no holds barred. First thing I thought was Johnny O, man. Everything he does outside the ring, for the vets, the kids, and motivational speaking, all that stuff. So, yeah, I gave a shout out to Johnny. Hey, we got a project. What do you think? And he's like, hell yeah, I'm all about it. Cool. Who do I talk to? So he gave me Robert Sutton's information, gave him an email or a text message here. Hey, this is what we want to do. Open arms invite. Next thing you know, we're backstage. Free or all access. Walking around, getting films, interviews. It was a great time.
Awesome.
What a great thing, man.
Awesome.
Yeah. I tell you what, we talked to some great guys. Esteban, he was on earlier, the Mohawk. Had a nice little interview with him. A really good guy, the referee. I can't remember his name at the time, at the moment, but again, great interview with him, all about Johnny O. And tell you what, learned a lot about Johnny O that night. I thought I knew Johnny O, but to hear actually some of the stories of his upbringing and where he came from, man, what a class act. And
right.
Inspirational. And the atmosphere, I tell you what, just being around those guys and the sportsmanship, seeing these guys having a good time and go out, beat on each other and get done and, give each other a hug and go sit next to each other and eat a pizza or something. It's just a great atmosphere to be around.
No, yeah, and that's exactly that's exactly what it is. People got to understand, and we want them to understand that we as mixed martial artists are more disciplined than what we appear. Now, it takes several disciplines to be successful in the cage, and people don't understand. They kind of view it from the outside and think like we're savages, or it's just just monsters in there, because they see blood and everything else. But really, I mean, your testimony is what carries our name to a higher level. When people come in for the first time and get to see this, your word of mouth is what puts us on a different level. So from here on out, I mean, if I could just ask you, how would you talk about MMA? How would you speak to somebody that's never heard about MMA? How would you talk about it? What kind of feedback would you tell them about it, or about the show that you were part of?
Yeah, first of all, I would educate them on, take away the stereotypes. Obviously, with anything, if somebody's not educated about it, there's stereotypes out there that's somewhat negative. Somewhat negative.
Right.
I'll take them right off the counter, man. Listen here, these guys are class acts. They train hard. I can't imagine what you guys go through to get ready for these fights. I mean, most of them are 3-minute rounds, 5 for the title fights. And just getting around the atmosphere, just get involved. Before I got to go to this show, shows I have seen before was the old Tough Man contest, back up in Muskegon, 20 years ago. People getting excited in the crowd, getting the fights. Nothing like that. Go. It's a one-on-one. It's a one-on-one competition. It's heart against heart, skill against skill.
Right.
And just watching that alone, I mean, that's, and then when it's all done, like you said, the sportsmanship involved, I'd really encourage anybody, if they haven't seen it, look up your local listings, go check out a show, and yeah, I mean, just go, man. We had about a 5-hour drive due to the weather and where we're at on the way home, man. And we were wide awake and just high and flying high, man. It was a great time, and definitely look forward to going some more, and definitely get some other guys to go too.
Yeah, man, and doing that in weather like this, that's sacrificing. That's big time sacrificing. And shout out to everybody, everybody like yourself and all the fighters and and everybody that travels long ways, no matter the weather, to be part of the glorious event that we take part in. We had 3 shows this weekend here in Michigan. Well, in Michigan, we're actually in Indiana here, but we had 3 shows in Michigan that went on this weekend, and I mean, they all deserve the recognition. All deserve recognition. So
Yeah.
Thanks for calling in, and thanks for sharing your story. Is there anything you would want to, any sponsors that you may have, or any people you sponsor, or anything that you may want to shout out, or organizations that you may want to shout out right now?
Yeah. Real quick, like, we don't have any sponsors or sponsored by right now, but we're a small company, Zoss Films. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. Look us up. Got a few videos there. We're predominantly into film, but I think this adventure, working this event this weekend, I mean, to open up some eyes for us, and maybe some other opportunities down the road we can help share you guys' experience. But yeah, Zoss Films, Zoss is boss. Look us up, and maybe we'll run into an event somewhere.
Yes, sir. I'm sure we will. I'm hoping for it. So, yeah, thanks for coming on, and I'm just congratulations on everything thus far, boss.
All right, thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
All right. So, going back to our fighters of the week for last week, like I said, we had the Jamaha Hill. Well, we had the Brooke Martin from Take the Fighter of the Week, all the female, and then Jamaha Hill. He's the Winner's Fist winner, first week of the year, Winner's Fist winner of the week. So congratulations, and like I said, same thing. Like I said, for the female fighters, everybody that supported Jamaha in this, and everybody that contributed with their vote is much appreciated. You're more than welcome to keep on participating in these events, because I'm sure these fighters that got Fighter of the Week this week will continue to participate in many events throughout the year. So definitely follow us on the page, and definitely follow us on here. Everybody that's tuning in, and please share this page with your friends. Make sure everybody subscribes so we can keep growing.
I've got another couple pages I want to shout out here for South Bend Brew Works. SBbrewworks.com. That's SBBREWWERKS.com. You can also follow them on Facebook, Facebook/SouthBendBrewworks.com, and the Brewworks is spelled BREWWERKS. And Twitter is at South Bend, or at SB Brewworks.
Awesome.
So give them a like, a follow.
Awesome. And just to bring it, I was going to mention that right now, but I waited till we got off the line from with our caller that just called in. Now this week we have all the results from Michigan Battle League. Robert Sutton called in and gave me the results. I have yet to receive the complete list of results for the other 2 promotions this week. So unfortunately, I cannot begin the Fight of the Week polls as of right now. But I promise you, I will keep on working hard tonight and tomorrow to bring these up. They will be up. We will have Fighter of the Week before Wednesday. So that's still going to give everybody enough time to get their votes in for the next show next Monday. So again, we do not have all the results from WXC and Grand de Leon Promotions as of right now. So if you're a fighter or a staff that was part of these events, I'd like to urge you to either just try to help me get these lists, I guess. Tell the promoter to give me a call or inbox me these lists, so I could definitely get you guys in there in the polls. I know everybody's running around. I mean, it's the beginning of the year. Everybody just had a show. Everybody likes to take some time off after the show, so I completely understand. So I ask you guys once again to bear with us, and bear with the promoters as we get all these results in. But before Wednesday or by Wednesday, I will make a poll. If it's, I got the results for Michigan Battle League as of right now, so I will put those in if we don't get the results for the other 2 promotions as of now. But I'm pretty sure that it's going to work out. But yeah, I mean, that's just an FYI for everybody. But like I said, for last year's winners is Jamaha Hill, and we got Brooke Martin for the female. So congratulations to you guys. You guys are Winner's Fist first week of the year. Winner of the week, first week of the year. So congratulations to you guys. Before we end, is there anything like top notch trending like that really needs to be mentioned? We can't go without ending this show without mentioning this trendy shit. Because I mean, I was going through Facebook, and I mean, all of us. I mean, that we're going through. There's a lot of shit going on right now, man.
Yeah, I got a couple.
Yeah, man. Let's go
did you
for
see
it.
David Bowie passed away?
Yeah, definitely. Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Huge icon in music. Huge influence. Kind of a sad thing in football. You know who RG3 is? Robert Griffin.
Right.
He loaded up all of his stuff and walked out of the Washington locker room, supposedly, probably for the last time. They're probably going to get rid of him after this year. Somebody recorded it, actually, like him loading up his stuff and walking out. It was pretty sad. He left a note, like an inspirational note inside of the locker, which is pretty cool.
Well, what I'd like to know, I mean, what everybody would like to know is the reason behind all this. Hopefully that trends like this did.
Let's see. Farrah Abrams and Nicki Minaj are arguing with each other on social media. It's about the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, we could probably scroll right through that one.
One's an actual whore and one's... let's see. New UFC game coming out.
Yeah, I heard about that.
EA's also talking about bringing back college football as well.
Actually, shout out to my boy Gilbert. He actually works for Fox Sports. He's one of the game designers, and he was telling me. Well, I didn't even want to get into detail with him about the new games that are coming out, but he runs. He's part of the crew that gets the games designed and promoted and all that. So, shouts out to them.
That's basically all that was on the Facebook trending that was big. All
right. Well, thanks for everybody for joining us on another episode of the R-Rated Radio. Join us next week, same time, same channel, here at the R Channel. Thank you.